And welcome back to the Hot Lap. We are talking the F1 2025 Pundits' favourite, not ours, for the, well, Formula One World Championship. And certain people have been snubbed, let's say, a la Lewis Hamilton. But we'll get into that one. Why? Oh dear. So this is based on a Planet F1 article. No room for Hamilton as Sky F1 pundits reveal their championship predictions, or their champion predictions, and we're going to go through whether we agree with them or not. What points do they make? So far, Max Verstappen, as we know, he is the F1 2024 World Champion. He's been dominating since 2022. Didn't quite dominate in 21, understandably, and all that jazz. But he dominated in 22 and 23. Not quite 24, but his domination at the beginning of the 2024 campaign really sealed the deal in the end when you look back at the season with hindsight. So Max Verstappen, he has emerged, though, as a rank outsider, apparently, according to the pundits, for the 25 title. Lewis Hamilton, though, received no backing no ticks, no thumbs up. But he heads to Ferrari to partner Charles Leclerc. And, one guy voted Leclerc over Hamilton, which I guess we can understand. But Lando Norris wins the 2025 World Championship Sky F1 vote. So I think a lot of people are suggesting Lando Norris is the favourite going into the Formula One Championship for this year. So while Verstappen and Red Bullets has started out last year with what had been their trademark dominance, McLaren, Ferrari and Mercedes joined the party, with the top 7 in the final Drivers' Championship standings all winning 2 or more races. That's historic, wasn't it? So Verstappen would withstand, they say mounting competition, but I want to kind of like, in hindsight, put that in air quotes. But Lando Norris, to be fair to him, did emerge as the closest threat to Max Verstappen, wrapping up his 4th World Championship in as many years in Las Vegas, with eventually 2 rounds to spare. Now, before signing off for the winter, the cast of Sky F1 were all asked to give their prediction for who would win the 25 title. And as Hamilton starts out his Ferrari life officially now, it is the 8th of January, after his blockbuster switch to Mercedes, chasing a record 8th World Championship. He got precisely 0 points, 0 votes, or whatever you want to say, from that achievement. No one has faith in him at Sky. So if Hamilton's teammate, Charles Leclerc, the Ferrari Academy graduate who is heading into what is his 7th season with the team, he got the vote of Sky F1 pit lane reporter Ted Kravitz, who declared Charles Leclerc as his F1 2025 selection. I can see it. But what's interesting about the Lewis Hamilton versus Charles Leclerc dynamic is the advantages. Leclerc, we think, is a lot faster. People are suggesting, including Martin Brundle later on, that Hamilton has lost a bit of his speed. He may well have done in qualifying, or is it confidence? I guess the proof of the pudding is going to be in the eating. We shall have to wait and see on that one. But what's interesting about Charles Leclerc is everyone says he's one of the fastest guys in qualifying. Yes, he is. However, I think, and the but is, he does make more mistakes than I think a lot of his championship rivals. And we haven't seen Charles Leclerc under pressure for the championship yet. We've seen Lando Norris, and I think he did, in the end, once he learned, he did quite well. Yes, Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen went at it at the beginning of 2022, but it just fell away, didn't it? With mistakes also not particularly helping Charles Leclerc there. So that's what's going to be interesting there, because yes, Hamilton did make a mistake at the US Grand Prix, but was that down to the car? Was that down to him? But normally Hamilton makes less mistakes than Leclerc. Hamilton deals with pressure, I think, better than Charles Leclerc. So it's going to be interesting. So, but to be at this point, yeah, both of them you could say could win the World Championship, and you'd have very strong arguments. So Lando Norris, though, he proved the most popular response amongst those pundits, with the 2016 World Champion Nico Rosberg, Anthony Davidson and Danica Patrick all picking the McLaren driver to win his first 2025 title. But lead commentator David Croft and pundit Martin Brundle went against the crowd. They went against the grain. So let's have a look at who they picked. So for Croft, Max Verstappen is his pick to win his 5th straight title after equalling Sebastian Vettel's record of 4 in a row with Red Bull, while Brundle believes his Norfolk native George Russell would rise to the F1 summit as he takes over the team leader role at Mercedes alongside the 18-year-old prodigy Kimi Antonelli. Are they absolutely ridiculous? I don't really think so. Now, let's look at Lando Norris. Yes, he pretty much is. At the end of last year, he was the best, I like to say, driver-car combination. That's something that Max had very much in 2023. So I completely understand why many would pick Lando Norris to win that championship. However, the but, so to speak, is, I mean, this is where we are on the article now. The but is Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. It's the Oscar Piastri thing that could be the issue, because Oscar may well take points off Lando Norris, which may well hurt his title. And that is exactly why Max Verstappen, it's the taking point of your team that might lead Max Verstappen to win the title. Because if you remember, you got Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, they could take points off each other as well. And Max Verstappen is really expected to beat Liam Lawson. Never say never, though. But yes, he is expected to. Which is why, if he finishes second and thirds and the others are mixing up fourth, fifth, sixth, and he's consistently on the podium more, he could sneak in like a ninja and take that title. In relation to, obviously, Crofty's Verstappen pick there, George Russell here, that's an interesting one, because I think that is going to be so much on the car and how fast Kimi Antonelli is. If George Russell ends up very quickly, early on, being the de facto number one at Mercedes, and that car is good enough to win consistently, kind of like Max Verstappen, he may sneak in that title. If Mercedes finds something, absolutely. I think any of the drivers we mentioned are more than good enough still to get that title, obviously including Lewis, in spite of Lewis Hamilton being snubbed. But there's hope. I mean, Lewis Hamilton clearly still got it, with stern warning to doubters. So Hamilton fans maybe rejoice a bit. Hamilton is far from declining and goes to Ferrari fully determined to win that 8th World Championship. That's the warning issued by Mercedes. Why would he, doesn't have to say it, but Andrew Shovlin, amid a growing number of F1 figures questioning whether Ferrari's made the right decision to drop Carlos Sainz. I think they have. Carlos Sainz, yes, he's an amazing driver. World class? No, at least not yet. Charles Leclerc beat him soundly in all but one of their seasons. So I think, is Carlos Sainz slightly overhyped? Maybe, by the media. I still think he's a very good driver. I could see him in the same lines of like a Felipe Massa, or like a Jenson Button, or a Nico Rosberg, or a Keke Rosberg, where when the stars align, he could win the World Championship. However, can he get that performance out race after race after race, like your Alonsos, your Verstappens, your Schumachers, your Hamiltons, your Sennas, your Prousts, even your Mansells on the occasion? He's just very unlucky. No, I don't think Carlos Sainz can. Anyway, having gone the full 2024 campaign, knowing it was his last for Mercedes, Hamilton, as we all know, experienced some really, really low points, including admitting afterwards that he thought of leaving there in the immediate aftermath of what was an absolutely horrible race. And in Qatar, he declared, "I'm not fast anymore." Hamilton would finish the year, this is punishing, 19-5 against George Russell in their qualifying head-to-head, the worst ever for Hamilton, and with Ferrari relinquishing the services of Sainz, who, like Hamilton, won 2 Grand Prix in 2024 in favour of signing the 40-year-old. The likes of ex-Ferrari team principal Matteo Binotto, Alpine advisor Flavio Briatore, and former F1 boss Eddie Jordan have questioned the deal. While 13 Grand Prix, David Coulter says he's never seen this Lewis in Formula 1. So Matteo Binotto, sacked from Ferrari. I'm a fan. I do like him. Alpine advisor Flavio Briatore, disqualified from Formula 1. Eddie Jordan, and I think, Eddie Jordan, yeah. I mean, all of them have got some controversial, opinions. But to be fair, that's what we like. I think Matteo Binotto is going to do really, really well at Sauber. I still don't know why Flavio Briatore is at Alpine. I don't get that. I really, really no. I don't get that at all. And Coulter coming out and saying he's never seen this Lewis in Formula 1. He's got a point. Neither have we seen this Lewis in Formula 1. However, Mercedes trackside engineering dude, Andrew Shovlin, warns that Hamilton has not lost his touch. He said, "You saw in Vegas how good he is at chasing down a gap when he's got one," said Shovlin when speaking to Sky F1 at the 2024 season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where Hamilton recovered from a Q1 exit to finish 4th. And that was at Abu Dhabi. He's been quick all weekend. We let him down in qualifying. We should have started further up the grid. But it was nice to finish with a really strong drive from Lewis. He still He's clearly still got it. He's determined to keep going and winning races, keep battling for his record, and we'll keep cheering him on. And I think that's absolutely lovely. So there we go. There is hope for Hamilton despite being snubbed by the pundits. But over to you guys. If you made it to the end, you are absolutely amazing. Just by clicking on it and even listening to us, watching us for a bit is enough. Makes me smile. But if you want to do more, and if you're not, please hit that subscribe button. If you do not want to miss a video, hit that notification button. If you want to do a bit extra, just hit that like button. Comment below and let us know whether you think Hamilton was right to be snubbed. Who is your 2025 favourite? I'm sure at some point, probably in the beginning of March, we will have our F1 prediction, so our season preview. But until then, we're going to carry on doing all those news stories. We've got testing, we've got that big launch coming up as well. And any rally fans, we've got the WRC season at the end of the month as well. Starting. Anyway, thank you very much and stay safe.